homie.
My homie. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Holly D Live. I'm Holly D. And today we are going to talk about the best series in the world, Breaking Bad. How do you feel about Breaking Bad? Well, since I'm not going live on this, I'll tell you how I feel about Breaking Bad and what it really means and what Vince Gilligan did with a story about his midlife crisis and what he would do with his midlife crisis. Because that's what he did. He made up a story about like, ooh, what if I fucking sold meth or whatever and said, fuck my life. And I just had, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that, for those of you who haven't seen Breaking Bad, definitely watch it. At this point, like, you've either heard of it or you've seen it. Is that accurate? That's pretty accurate. Sorry, I'm answering my own questions. But, so in the beginning, you get Walt, and he ends up blackmailing Jesse, right? And I think that was the beginning of him changing. And this is the whole thing. In one of the first scenes in season 1, Walt says that chemistry is growth, then decay, then transformation. And that's exactly what he went through as a person when he decided to do what he decided to do. And unfortunately, like, he paid for the consequences. But, I think that this it's not even about the drug. I have to whisper because I'm outside. I'm outside my apartment, dude, with my bestie. And it's like 3:25 in the morning. So we're just doing this hush-hush. But we've been watching Breaking Bad over again. And every time that you see it over, you learn something new. Because it's not just about the drug. It is about life choices. And what would you do if you have just got to the point where you've been pushed around, you've lost out, like he took a $5,000 buyout for Gray Matter Industries, which is the, his company that he made, that he totally created. And now it's worth billions. And he missed out on it. He was supposed to be rich. And he's the reason why half of that, works. But he never received any money. So that's number one. He lost out on, being a billionaire. Number 2, I think, is I just had an epiphany on that too. Because he lost out on Gray Matter, he decided to cut himself short and just become a chemistry teacher instead of work at it. Because he's smart enough to work at a university and stuff. He just gave up on himself and he doesn't care. But the thing is that he wanted so much power. And that's what he realized. In the end, Skylar said, if you say one more time that you did this for the family, he interrupted her and he said, I did this for me. I liked it. I was good at it. He finally admitted it. Because sometimes we don't admit shit that we have done. It's you get ashamed, you get embarrassed, you get shit like that. But he finally owned up to his shit. And he said the truth. That he didn't continue all that and keep that going because for the family. He had more than enough for the family, way before, you know what I'm saying? Way before, I know my best friend Abe, when I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to include her, but she doesn't like to do podcasts. And she shall remain nameless. But, anonymous bestie. But sometimes I go over to her for yeah, is that right? Is that right? But anyway, I wonder what you guys think. After I post this, I want to know what you guys think. What about Jesse? Jesse's a good example of people just getting pushed around. Jesse started out as just a little guy, or Captain Cook, and then they got the raid that Walt was in, and he was Captain Cook. But then things started progressing, and then they had to hide a dead body. Then the bathtub, like, he put the guy in the bathtub in the beginning of season 1, and then it just melted through the floor. It was disgusting. Like, just things like that, you know, how Jesse thought that he knew a lot, and he always wanted to, like, trump up Walt, I think. Like, no, I know this. But at the same time, Walt underestimated him, and he demaciated his fucking self-esteem so many times. He broke him down so many times. Like, it started out as just like the manipulation between Walt, like that Walt put on Jesse. Because I've seen it like what am I, on the ninth time or on the ninth time that I've seen the entire series. So, you know, I don't know. I think that Walt manipulated him from the start because he blackmailed him. You know, and Jesse's like really good on the inside, but I think Walt realized that he is a heartless, just motherfucker, man. Like, the shit that he did, dude, like, he ended up doing. I think we can let ourselves go to that point sometimes. We can just be like, fuck everything, man. But the way he just wanted to be a kingpin. He wanted to have money and he got greedy. And I think the deadliest sin from Breaking Bad is greed. You know? Like, it was never enough. And at one point, he said, I need 100 and, what was it? He mathematically did it, 135,000 or whatever dollars, and then his family would be set. Well, he hit that mark, and then he kept going because he couldn't stop himself. Then he killed Gus, you know, and I mean, Gus just spent 25 years doing that, hiding that, having a company, and then that's when all the shit went down. I think Walt didn't realize that he didn't bring down a kingpin. He brought down like a whole worldwide global organization with it. You know, with Lydia, the girl that Tom was in love with, that had stevia, and she made she put in stuff in the warehouse and stuff. You know, she had blue on all the time. She had a blue dress on. But anyway, that's how they made it global. And then everything just started tearing the fuck down, man. Like, God, what else happened? He killed 10 witnesses. 10, I think. He decided to kill him because Mike is a great character too, super complex. At the end, Mike didn't realize that Gus was dead. Mike was healing from a shootout. And then he finally realizes that Gus is dead. He gets pissed, blah, blah, blah. Then he pays off the witnesses, like the people so they don't snitch. Well, Walt was like, give me the names. And Mike was like, no, I'm not giving you the names. So he went to Lydia, and he threatened Lydia, and Lydia finally gave him the names of the people, and he had them killed with this guy Jack and his crew, who eventually killed Hank. Hank is another character. Oh my God. Dude, I'm about to start from the freaking beginning, but I'm not going to, because this is only a 45-minute podcast. Hank is an awesome character too, dude. Like, before he died, it was like the most amazing words I think I've ever heard. Like, somebody say in television, like, of all time, like, he said, you're the smartest man I know. You know? So pretty much, Walt and Jesse split at some point. Oh my God, Walt poisoned a kid. Walt poisoned Jesse's girlfriend's kid. Jesse finds out about it. Jesse was about to disappear, and he decided to stay and try to burn his house down and all of his shit. And instead, Walt like talks him out of it, and blah 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 blah, and all this. But Jesse joined sides with Hank, which is Walt's brother in the DEA, for people who don't know. And Jesse records everything. Like, the story of everything that's done, which I've left out a ton. There's just so much in those 5 seasons, and it's only 5 seasons, but there's so much happened. So anyway, he said, I'm going to get you where you really live, which is his money. Walt buried his money, like all of it. It's millions of dollars. And Hank comes out, and Hank has been searching for that kingpin Heisenberg forever and ever. And finally he gets it, because he said, I want to be the one to put the cuffs on him. And Hank actually did that, but he did it before he died. And then, so here comes Jack. Walt calls Jack and says, there's a problem, you need to come here, blah, blah, blah. And Jack ends up, they end up going in a huge shootout. It's just Hank and his partner. And Hank looks at Walt and says, like Walt said, don't kill him. He's my brother-in-law. And then he said, you're the smartest man I know, and you can't even see that he made his decision like 10 minutes ago. Like he was going to kill him. Because Hank's a cop. I mean, But I don't know, man. Like that was, they created a talk show called, what was it? Talking Bad or something like that. For like during this time, during Breaking Bad, when it was in real time on TV on AMC, The Walking Dead had something called The Talking Dead, so they did a reprise on it called Talking Bad, and Hank went up or whatever, and they talked about that episode right after Hank died, and they said it was like a really sad episode and whatnot, and obviously, but. Gosh, what was I going to say? I think that, oh, damn. What was I going to say? We're talking about Hank and Hank's death and stuff. And Hank was just an amazing character, He was just your typical, hey, what's up, babe? He takes care of his woman. He did so much. He was just a good man. And he got killed in the line of fire. And anyway, what I was saying on Talking Bad, I finally remembered it, was that's when he realized that it's finally affecting his family, is when Hank died. Because obviously, they were so close, and his family would never be the same. I don't know. I just don't know, man. Like, I just love talking about it. I love talking about it. Love being here with my bestie. We're smoking a cigarette. I can't tell you the street and I can't tell you the town, stuff like that, because I don't want to. You never know if these podcasts go crazy nuts, and everybody will go through every single one of them. And what if this guy, he's a freaky guy, and he's like, I want to know where she lives. Then I'm going to be like, fuck you, dude. I live in Canada somewhere, because that's the biggest country I can think of. No, Russia. I live in Russia. I crack myself up. I'm so tired. I just moved into a place, and me and my bestie, God bless her, she has been here with me the whole time while I am going through all this crazy shit, and I keep everything. I don't know why, but I just keep it all, man. But there's so much that I've done in my life, and so much I've seen that people have given to me, that if it's a memory, then I'm keeping it. I'll scrapbook it. I tried to even scrapbook sauce packets tonight. And then my anonymous bestie was like, no, dude, that's gonna bust over time. But what, 30 minutes, 45, it's only been 15 minutes. I'm trying to keep these podcasts going as long as possible, guys, so I can get as much material as possible out there. I'm trying to go live so that I can get your comments, but it goes straight. I think that I have a page called Holly D Live Podcast. That's where all these automatically go to. But everybody, whenever they look at my stuff, they go to my personal page, because I used to post videos on my personal page. So I might just start posting these podcasts on the personal page. Just for those of you who follow, I don't know if you follow, but yeah, let me know what you think about Breaking Bad. If you, I don't know, it's on Netflix, so get it while you can. It's a movie called El Camino. It's what Jesse does after Breaking Bad, the conclusion. Pretty much Walt takes a bullet for him, and Walt lets him live, you know? I mean, dude, that's the least that Walt could fucking do for him. You know what I'm saying? He put that kid through so much fucking hell, dude. You know, I mean, like, Jesse was, like, on this train, like, the fucking Heisenberg train, and he couldn't get off of it. You know, like, everybody was always rooting for Jesse, you know, because he deserved to have a good life. And he wasn't getting it, you know. But, yeah, see El Camino, you'll feel a lot better about the Jesse situation, since he was, like, tortured and beaten and stuff for months, and I don't know how long. They forced him to cook because Walt was out of the picture. What else is a crazy scene? Skylar is a great character. Skylar's Walt's wife. She wants to know what he's doing. First off, when he starts, he has to make all these excuses up, right? So she thinks he's cheating. Second cell phone, right? And he finally admits it to her that what he really does. So then she kicks him out of the house. And he throws a pizza on the roof because he gets pissed. Because she won't let him back in the house. Then he finally just comes back into the house and says, I'm fucking living here with my children. You know, he, like, this is my family and this is my house and I'm fucking coming in here. But, yeah. Anyway. I just want to touch some base on Breaking Bad. My best friend is cold, so we're going in. I want to thank you for being part of this podcast or listening to it. Thank you for all your support. And this is Holly D signing out with Anonymous Bestie saying, have a great 4th of July. We'll talk about 4th of July on Sunday, and I'll put it in seasonal podcasts for the seasons of life. All right, guys, peace. I haven't had enough sleep. Love you. Bye. Take care of each other.